Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Christine Brennan, a little reminder on where Cathy Engelbert has stood when it comes to Caitlin Clark, an update as well. And let's also go back in time and talk a little bit about where Napheesa Collier stands when it comes to Caitlin Clark. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out, of course, to the 19. Quick favor to ask, do me this one favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's a quick, easy, free way for you to help the channel, and I do appreciate it. So I want to go back as a reminder. This was done back in July, okay? But it goes back to things about last season. And I also want to tie this into not just Cathy Engelbert being the problem.
But in terms of the comments, in terms of the way the commissioner, Cathy Engelbert, who I've known and I like, the way she has trouble talking about Caitlin Clark, or if she's asked about Caitlin, then she will say, well, Caitlin and Angel. Well, she wasn't asked about Angel, she was asked about Caitlin. This incredible inability to deal with the facts and to state the obvious. It is astounding to me how Cathy Engelbert doesn't come out after the Marina Mabry hit and say, that's unacceptable. The refs got it wrong. Okay, should have been kicked out then. You weren't, but now I'm going to kick you out. You're suspended for another game or two. That's just unacceptable behavior for someone who's so important to the league or to any player, right? Mm-hmm. They can't do that. They seem paralyzed. But it does make you wonder, me as a human being, what is going on and why is it still so bad and just so opposite of what any
100% agreement. Now, here's the thing, and I want you to think about. If Christine Brennan didn't specifically say Cathy Engelbert, she just talked about this inability to give Caitlin Clark credit for the growth of the league, and this constantly, every time Caitlin Clark is talked about, it's and Angel Reese. Would you think Cathy Engelbert? I mean, that would be one of your choices, but wouldn't you also think the entire media covering the WNBA? The entire fan base of the WNBA that is not part of the Caitlin Clark fan base, the rest of the NBA, right? They all did that race, quote unquote, that we had last year. Look at the hits. She mentioned Marina Mabry there specifically because I think this was about when that was happening. But we could go back to Kennedy Carter wasn't even given a flagrant foul during the game. That was retroactive when in fact she should have been given a flagrant 2. I always confuse them because I always think 1 should be worse than something like that. But anyway, she should have been tossed out of the game there and then also suspended. But we could have done that all season long. Diamond DeShields, Dejanay Carrington, and on and on and on. So this is why I say yes. Cathy Engelbert's horrible. She's got to go. But let's not let these players or the media deflect on their part of the responsibility for why the WNBA is in this mess with regard to Caitlin Clark. But obviously, the officials, and see, again, it goes back to what the players are doing, right? J.C. Sheldon, Dejanay Carrington, Marina Mabry, Diamond Shields, Kennedy Carter. None of those actual plays had anything to do with, oh, well, the officiating allows physicality. Those were dirty plays outside of the game of basketball with the intent to injure Caitlin Clark. Those had nothing to do with, oh, well, the officiating allows a physical game, so you're going to body someone in the paint or, put the hand on their hip and give them a little nudge when they go up to shoot their layup or whatever. Okay. Completely different thing. You cannot conflate the two. Let's not do that. Now, other thing, this was just, let me make sure I have it. This was very recently. Christine Brennan went on to talk on CNN to talk about what has been going on just now, of course, with the Napheesa Collier fallout as well. So let's take a listen to this.
We have Christine Brennan with us. She's a CNN sports analyst and USA Today sports.
It's as loud as it can go, folks. Sorry, I don't know why I think this was I think it might have been Christine herself, with her phone recording it off the TV.
Columnist, and she's also the author of On Her Game, Caitlin Clark and the Revolution of Women's Sports. This clash, oh my gosh, just bursting out into public view. Is Engelbert's job at risk here?
Absolutely. When you have players of this magnitude speaking out, and not only Collier, but then so many who followed up saying, yes, I agree with her, even into the playoff game last night, that almost all the big names. Caitlin Clark was silent, and obviously that's what she would want to do, and no comment from according to the Indiana Fever. But everyone else talking about Cathy Engelbert, she's lost the room, she's lost the league, she's lost the players, and this is chaos at the moment that they should be celebrating moving into the finals. Obviously a year without Caitlin Clark mostly, but still good TV ratings. Instead, a league that has descended into absolute chaos and acrimony, yet also Brennan, not surprising at all. As you said, I've written this book. You could see this coming a mile away. The league was completely unprepared to have the greatest thing that ever happened to it, Caitlin Clark, arrive. They've been fighting it for 2 years instead of embracing this incredible moment, and now here we are.
It's really
100%. But again, we all know that's also the media and that's also the players. It is not just Cathy Engelbert. They all are insanely jealous. They've all been broken by the fact that Caitlin Clark plays the game in a way that's different, that has gotten her a huge, huge fan base, and they don't like it. And now I want to go back a little bit with Napheesa Collier. I'll end with this, with her statement. Look, and now I'm seeing a lot of people are getting it. I'm seeing a lot of my viewers that are getting it. I'm seeing people start to think, wait a minute, this doesn't work. Remember, first of all, Napheesa Collier with the All-Star Game stuff and what she said there. Keep in mind, Cathy Engelbert and her clearly were having a conversation where Cathy felt comfortable saying those things. Fee has never spoken out about the stuff that has gone on with Caitlin Clark, except to go after Christine Brennan for trying to get to the bottom of Dejanay Carrington's attempt to blind Caitlin Clark. Okay, that Napheesa Collier was part of, because she is part of the players union, which is what I'll get right. Quick reminder here. I mean, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it, but if y'all can remember what happened here when Christine Brennan dared to ask Dejanay Carrington about the infamous eye poke. This week was dedicated to celebrating and amplifying Asia, Caitlin, Dejanay. When have they ever amplified Caitlin, Dejanay, and Napheesa for their hard work and truly exceptional performances all season long? We were not going to distract from their successes, nor will we dim the glow of the spotlight that centered them. They have earned that focus and celebration, but we will take this moment now to stand up for them and the rest of our members, every single one of them, because we call BS. To unprofessional members of the media like Christine Brennan, you are not fooling anyone. That so-called interview in the name of journalism was a blatant attempt to bait a professional athlete into participating in a narrative that is false and designed to fuel phobic, istic, all that stuff, all the words, all the buzzwords, vitriol on social media. You cannot hide behind your tenure. Now, again, it's kind of disingenuous. When did they ever stand up for Caitlin Clark? Did you remember last year, one single statement like this, official statement put out by the Players Union, by the Players Association in defense of Caitlin Clark with the way she was being treated on the court? Did you see them come out and say, hey, Kennedy Carter, we can't do this? I don't recall that happening. Instead of demonstrating the cornerstones of journalism ethics like integrity, objectivity, and a fundamental commitment to truth, that's exactly what she was doing. You have chosen to be indecent and downright insincere. She asked a player a question about something she did on the court. You have abused your privileges and do not deserve the credentials issued to you, and you certainly are not entitled to any interviews with the members of this union or any other athlete in sport. Those credentials mean that you can ask anything, but they also mean that you know the difference between what you should and should not. We see you. Our relationship with the media is a delicate one that we will continue to strengthen because the media is essential to growing the game. No one knows that better than we do, but the players are entitled to better. They are entitled to professionalism. I've yet to see professionalism from the players. Napheesa Collier is, I forget exactly where she is, but she is part of the leadership in the players union. She has never stood up for Caitlin Clark. She is part of the people that crafted this. She is a snake in the grass like Sue Bird. And the whole reason she used Caitlin Clark in that scenario was because everyone would come to her defense. And she was framing it as Caitlin Clark being abused by the commissioner that Napheesa Collier wants to see removed. That is it, plain and simple. She's never vocally defended Caitlin Clark, never came out in her defense last year. She is no different than the rest of the players who are jealous of Caitlin Clark and what she has brought. Plain and simple. So this is going to get really interesting. This is one where I see, and look, again, objectivity. I believe Cathy Engelbert should go. I do. But that doesn't mean I'm giving all the players in the sports media a free pass. That's not going to happen. And for those who are wondering, because I know some people put it out there that, oh, because they just have this, I don't know, bizarre thing that like Caitlin Clark has to approve everything, and that's not a knock on Caitlin Clark. But everyone, there are a lot of people like, oh, well, she definitely ran this by Caitlin Clark, and it's Caitlin Clark approved, and that's 100% not true. This is just Napheesa Collier throwing out things from a private conversation to benefit her and to benefit unrivaled her competitor league. Period. It has nothing to do with defending Caitlin Clark. Okay. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out this video. As always, do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Go have the day you deserve, 19. I will talk to you later.